Bill Clinton was the 42nd President of the United States. He was elected in 1992 and served 2 4-year terms.
He was the first president from the Democrat Party since Franklin D. Roosevelt to serve 2 terms as president.
He was born in Hope, Arkansas on August 19, 1946. The population of Hope is about 10,000 people. This is the house where he grew up.
Bill Clinton's father, William Jefferson Blythe Jr., died in a car accident 3 months before Bill was born. His mother later remarried someone named Roger Clinton, and so Bill took the last name of his stepfather Clinton instead of the name of his birth father Blythe.
In high school, Bill Clinton was in student government. He loved to read, and he also learned to play the saxophone. In his biography, My Life, he said, "Sometime in my 16th year, I decided I wanted to be in public life as an elected official."
After graduating from high school, Bill attended college at Georgetown University. He also attended Oxford on Rhodes Scholarship, but didn't graduate from there.
He later attended law school at Yale, and that's where he met Hillary Rodham. They fell in love and were married in 1975. They have 1 daughter together, named Chelsea.
After graduating from Yale, he became a law professor at the University of Arkansas.
Bill Clinton first ran for public office in 1974, when he ran for the House of Representatives. He lost to Republican John Paul Hammersmith, but that didn't stop him from running for public office, because in 1976, he ran for Attorney General in Arkansas, and he won.
He was the next elected governor in 1978, and he became the youngest governor in the United States at 32 years old.
He lost re-election in 1980, but won again in 1982. After that, he served as a governor for the next 10 years, until he ran for the President of the United States.
In 1992, he ran for President of the United States and defeated the incumbent George H. Bush. This was the first time that a Democrat was elected to the U.S. presidency in 12 years.
During President Clinton's first term, he talked about his plan to reform healthcare. His wife, Hillary, headed up a task force and led the plan to make healthcare available to everyone, but it was eventually defeated.
In 1993, some state troopers from Arkansas claimed that they used to arrange meetings between Bill Clinton when he was governor with other ladies besides his wife. The most notable woman at the time who claimed to have an affair with Bill Clinton was Paula Jones. This scandal would foreshadow a major event in President Clinton's second term.
In 1993, President Clinton signed the Omnibus Budget Reconciliation Act that cut taxes for poor Americans and raised taxes on top 1.2% wealthiest Americans. The law also gave tax breaks to small businesses.
In 1994, Bill Clinton signed one of his most famous laws ever, called North American Free Trade Agreement, or the NAFTA. This law set up fair trade between the 3 countries in North America. Before NAFTA, the United States only had a free trade agreement with Canada.
One of the most famous inventions that happened during Bill Clinton's first term was the invention of the Internet, which connected the world digitally and encouraged the free flow of information around the globe. His administration launched the official website for the White House, called whitehouse.gov. This is one of the sources used in the presentation.
2 years after Bill Clinton was elected, the elections for Congress in 1994 gave power to the Republicans for the first time in 40 years.
In 1996, he narrowly missed an assassination against him. He was going to visit a governor in the Philippines. The Secret Service saved him at the last moment, and they thwarted the assassination attempt. A terrorist group was trying to kill him by putting a really big bomb under a bridge that he was going to drive over. They found the bomb and dismantled it. This was an attempt made by Al-Qaeda to kill the president. Only recently, was this event shared with the public.
In 1996, President Clinton signed the Defense of Marriage Act, which defined marriage as a legal union between one man and one woman. Many people say that he signed this law as a part of political move before his re-election campaign in fall of 1996.
In 1996, he was re-elected, receiving 49% of the votes. His Republican opponent, Bob Dole, received 40% of the votes, and then a popular independent man named Ross Perot received 8% of the vote. Due to Ross Perot running in 1992 and 1996, Bill Clinton never did receive more than 50% of the vote in his two elections.
Early in his second term, Bill Clinton worked for high-ranking Democrats and Republicans to pass the state Children's Health Insurance Program. This gave insurance to the children of lower-income families. The state of Utah also introduced the program called CHIP.
In President Clinton's second term, Monica Lewinsky was a 22-year-old White House employee who started working there during Clinton's first term in 1995 and 1996. The two began having an affair where they started to have sexual relations in the White House and Oval Office.
A new website at the time called The Drudge Report first reported rumors about the affair. Soon after that, all of the news outlets began reporting the story.
During the firestorm in the media, Bill Clinton held a press conference and famously said while wagging his finger, "I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky."
A special prosecutor named Ken Starr to investigate the affair. As part of the investigation, Bill Clinton was put under oath and asked about the affair. He said under oath that he had never had relations with her, but Monica Lewinsky had saved a dress with the president's DNA on it as proof of the relationship.
After it was learned that Bill Clinton lied under oath, the House of Representatives started working on his impeachment for perjury. Initially, he was fined $90,000 and had his license to practice law taken away for 5 years. The House of Representatives voted to impeach President Clinton, making him the second president in the U.S. history to get impeached. Andrew Johnson, pictured here with President Clinton, was the other president to get impeached.
Despite getting impeached by the House, the Senate did not get the required 67% of the votes to force the president out of office, so President Clinton was allowed to serve out the remainder of his second term.
Late in his second term, President Clinton ordered cruise missile strikes on terrorist targets in Afghanistan and Sudan, in an operation called Desert Fox. Some of the president's critics suggested that this bombing campaign to fight terrorism was to divert attention from his scandal with Monica Lewinsky, but Clinton said that he ordered the bombings as retaliation against terrorist attacks on the U.S. Embassy.
After leaving office in 2000, President Clinton became a popular figure giving speeches. He became so popular that companies and organizations began paying him several $100,000 for a single speech.
He also established with his wife the Bill and Hillary Clinton Foundation, a charity that donates money to countries affected by natural disasters and disease. Just recently, a scandal has surrounded this foundation as opponents to Bill Clinton claim that the donations received out for political favors.
At present, Bill Clinton is still giving speeches and campaigning for Democrat candidates, including his wife, Hillary, who is running for president in 2016.